So we got the village team. We have a bodyguard, just a regular bodyguard. You can protect somebody, including yourself. You cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. For our seer, we have a lazy seer. So the lazy seer is just like a normal seer where they write down a name. I'm not going to give you information that night, but the next night when you check, I'm going to give you information on the person you checked the night before. So you're like a delay. So if I checked Josh night 0, I'm not giving you any information. Then night 1, I will give you thumbs up or thumbs down. That'll be for Josh, and then you'll give me a name for the phone. So just a delayed seer. We have Van Helsing. So the way Van Helsing works is every night you are on the village team. Every night you have the option to kill. You do not have to. If you kill a werewolf, I'll give you a thumbs up. That's good. That's what you want. If you kill a villager, I'm going to give you a thumbs down. If you kill a villager as well, your vote during that day will not count. So you'll still vote when I do 3, 2, 1. You'll vote, but I will, when I count the votes, I will make sure to not count yours. So it is important to leave your votes up. Let me get a count in so that you guys can keep track. Whose vote wouldn't have counted or did count. We have Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde. So the way this character works is you basically each night get to decide if you want to be Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. If you want to be Dr. Jekyll, which is what I'm always going to assume you are, you just get to research somebody. And what that means is you're going to hold up a name. The first time you write down a name, I'm going to just record it. The second time you write down a name, that same name, I'm going to tell you the exact role that that person is. So you're researching. It takes 2 nights to get information on that person. Or you could become Mr. Hyde. You have 3 potions throughout the whole game. If you drink a potion, you cannot be killed during that night. So if the werewolves targeted you, you wouldn't be killed. The only problem is because you're Mr. Hyde, you're a little volatile, you have to make a nomination that day. If you do not make a nomination, then you will automatically die at the end of that day. Then we have
just to be clear, that's an actual nomination. A second doesn't count.
Yeah, second does not count. You must make a nomination, and I'm gonna make it official. It's got to be an official nomination, not I nominate Alex. If it doesn't get seconded, it's not a complete nomination.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Ooh. So if he drinks 3 potions, does he turn into anything or not in this game?
I'm not going to do that in this game. I feel like it's for Adam, just 2 teams. So.
Is he still on the village team?
Yep, he's a villager.
Okay.
All right, we have 2 other village roles, but they don't know that they are these roles. We have the telepath, which the telepath, when you die, whether it's you died at night or you died during the day, you are going to tell somebody to send their role to somebody else. So if I were the telepath and I died, I would say, Jerry, send your role. And she has to announce to everybody who she's sending her role to. She must be truthful, so she has to say what she is. She'll just send it in a messenger. She'll say, hey, I'm sending it to Lucas, and then she types the message to Lucas. All right. So you will not know you're the telepath. You are a villager. The other villager is the scorned villager, who if anytime they die, the next day kill, you guys will not know what team they are on. So once you kill the scorned villager, and I will announce that was a scorned villager, the next day kill that you guys give, I won't tell you what team they are on.
It doesn't matter if they die at night to the werewolves or during the day?
Yep, does not matter when they die. If they die, they're scorned, they're upset, and they're going to take revenge on the village.
So loser.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not the scorned one.
And then we have an unknown number of lichens, unknown number of cursed, and just unknown number of regular villagers. If you're a lichen, you appear to the seer as a werewolf. If you are cursed and the werewolves kill you, you become a werewolf. I will say bodyguard protects against curses turning. So if the bodyguard protects somebody who is cursed and the werewolves targeted them, they don't turn. All good with the village roles. All right, werewolf team. So under a number of regular werewolves, we have a werewolf sympathizer. who they are on their team, but they do not count for the parity. They will also be announced as a villager when they die. But what the werewolf sympathizer does is once for each good roll, they can make that roll sympathize with the werewolves, which means they don't activate that night. So when I wake up the werewolf sympathizer, if they hold up bodyguard, the bodyguard would not act that night. All I would hold up for the bodyguard, and I would say, bodyguard, wake up. Who would you like to protect? If I show you this, that means the sympathizer chose you and you don't get to do your thing that night. So werewolf sympathizer will actually be and I'll go over the order of the waking everything up, but werewolf sympathizer will always be the first thing that I wake up every night. So
Will they be able to do it back to back?
Nope, it's
Same
one
roll?
per roll. So they can only sympathize the bodyguard once, the lazy seer once, Van Helsing once, and Dr. Jekyll. So they really only get 4 activations. And they get to decide when they want to do it. Then we are going to have a Wolfman in the
How
game.
does the sympathizer work with Jekyll Hyde? Does it prevent them drinking a potion if that's the
Yeah,
night
they're sympathized. They don't do anything that night. They are
Okay.
Dr. You're always Dr. Jekyll unless you drink a potion. So
Okay.
you would not be protected or anything like that.
Okay.
I said Wolfman is on the werewolf team. They appear as a villager to the seer, but they're on the werewolf team.
I need you to kneel down.
And then finally, our favorite, the rabid wolf. When the rabid wolf is killed during the day, whoever nominated them or seconded them, one of you randomly will become a wolf. If the rabid wolf is killed at night by Van Helsing, because that's the only way to be killed at night, nothing happens. So that's the best way to get rid of the rabid wolf, is hopefully they get killed during the night. Because the rabid wolf is in the game, every time a wolf dies, before you guys go to sleep, I'm going to say, hey, check your message. I may be sending a message to somebody. I may be pretending to send a message, just so you never know when the rabid wolf dies, because I'm not going to announce, hey, you killed the rabid wolf.
I assume you'd also do that when the day after the Scorn Villager.
Yeah, the Scorn Villager is going to be the only one. Scorn Villager and Telepath are going to be the only 2 deaths that I will announce to you guys. Like, hey, it's the Scorned. You guys aren't going to know your information the next night. Or, hey, that's the Telepath. Go ahead and send your pick who you want to send the roll to. Makes sense? So actually, and to kind of maybe answer this might have been what Simon was asking. If the Scorned had happened and you guys kill somebody during the day the next day, I'll pretend to be sending you a message, because you won't know if that was a wolf, a villager, or a rabid wolf. So I'll just pretend as if it was, or actually be doing it if it is the rabid wolf. All right. Well, any questions before I start randomizing rolls up? I think the only person we're waiting on is Victoria, correct? And Davey to turn his camera on.
They're both here. They just have to turn
They're
their
both here, yeah.
cameras on.
Okay.
I think I know the answer, but worth clarifying. If a roll turns, I assume they lose their roll.
Yeah, you don't get your roll anymore. And I don't stack anything. There's no cursed bodyguard or anything like that.
Well, I gotta say, what a great rule set. I want to use this one and like moderate this. This is the best rule set of any of these games so far.
You don't get
All
extra
star.
points for.
The moderator
No,
doesn't
I'm
assign
not,
your
I'm not
points.
trying to
Yeah.
get extra
You get-
points. This is
You get
just
points
awesome.
for sucking up.
Point
This is
deduction,
obviously
I
the
think.
second best rule set after the carnival, Alex. Don't you know that? That's
Carnival. Obviously
the best type of
Well,
game.
the carnival is not one of these Werewolf Cup games.
True.
No,
Yeah,
it's
Carnival
it's
is
better.
best. Woo!
The cup is leading up to
It's
the
like,
carnival.
yeah, I mean, the carnival game where we're going to have 40 people.
If I'm gonna be
48.
disappointed if there's not some sort of like crossover, like tie-in between the carnival and the cup.
I think I sent out all the rolls, and I'll give everyone a second. If you have any questions, send me a message. But this is the night order. It'll go Werewolf Sympathizer. I'm gonna say the only person that's gonna act night 0 is going to be Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde and the Lazy Seer. Those are the only 2 that can act night 0. So you won't act night 0, Werewolf Sympathizer. You're gonna go first. Then Bodyguard's going to go next. then Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde, then Van Helsing, then werewolves, then Lazy Seer. I also did not mention this, so I'm going to say this now. When the werewolves wake up night 0, I'm going to have the werewolf sympathizer hold their thumb up. So the werewolves know who that is, but the werewolf sympathizer doesn't know who the werewolves are. All right. Everybody, please go to sleep. Let's just start off with the werewolf sympathizer. Please wake up. You are not acting tonight, just so I know who you are. Okay, thank you. Bodyguard, please wake up. Again, you are also not acting tonight, just so we all know who you are. Thank you. Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde, please wake up. You do get to act tonight. All right, thank you. Van Helsing, please wake up. You will not be acting tonight. Thank you. Werewolves, please wake up. Werewolves, please wake up. You should see this many. And I'm going to have the werewolf sympathizer. Please stick out your thumb so the werewolves can see you. Maybe move it around a little bit so they know. Okay, thank you. You can put your thumb down and werewolves can go to sleep. And then finally, Lazy Seer, please wake up. You do get to act tonight. Remember, your information won't come until tomorrow. All right, thank you. And everybody can wake up. And we are going to do a 3 nomination system. I don't have an official timer, but I'm going to kind of get you through. I'm going to give you probably your first day and second day the most amount of time, and then I'm going to kind of rush you through as the other days go. But it is yours.
So, question, Connor. You said for Dr. Jekyll that if they do a name 2 nights in a row, they'll get a mystic see it, essentially, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So here's what we need to be careful of. With a rabid wolf in the game and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, if Jekyll finds like a good important role and then gets turned because they nominated rabid wolf, like that could be very dangerous to the village. So we should probably allow time for Jekyll to, or Hyde, if you will, to nominate on the first vote. So we should take some time before we nominate. Let them kind of slip in wherever they go, Mr. Hyde, but not actually kill the person in case it's the rabid wolf.
This
Does
is
that
of
make
course
sense?
relevant on future days, but not today
Yeah,
because
no,
they
not
will-
today,
Yes, yes, but
Yeah.
I'm just trying to put this out there that like it could go downhill for the village if
Just keep in
Mr.
mind that
Hyde
whoever
turns.
Hyde nominates, we still have to,
Mind.
we have to go to a vote.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hyde drink 3 potions. Do they turn into a monster?
No, no
Not in this
monsters.
game. They're always on the village team.
Oh, okay.
Victoria asked because she was once Dr. Jekyll Mr. Hyde.
But they do have that stipulation about nominating.
Okay,
Okay,
okay, Josh. So I will play the usual. Oh, Josh is talking about not werewolves. He must be a werewolf. No, I'm not thinking that at all. But usually someone says that when you suggest something like this, Josh.
If I talk something, if I say something, I'm a werewolf. If I don't say something, I'm a werewolf.
And
If
you
I show
get
up,
killed.
if I show up to the game, I'm a werewolf.
Yeah.
At least there's no new people for you to have to.
At least if we know you're a werewolf.
Not yet, not yet.
Don't forget, if you're not a werewolf, Josh, you die night 1 or 2.
Oh well, yeah. So
Even if you're just a villager.
And if Josh turns out the role, no one believes him, so it's all good.
Oh, now we got everything.
What?
Chris, don't kill Josh yet. I'm not convinced he's a werewolf.
Oh
So,
yeah, we're not gonna have this ridiculousness. Chris A, are you a werewolf?
I'm
It
not
failed
aware.
last time. It failed last time.
He didn't know.
Let him answer. I ain't having this like trick to the
I'm
end of
not
the
a
game.
werewolf. I'm not a werewolf. I am a townsman. I'm on the village team.
I'm a townsfolk. Okay, so since we have Van Helsing and the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I assume we have 5 werewolves, 1 sympathizer, and potential
Well,
6
there could be like
werewolf.
multiple cursed as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was
God.
thinking 4 werewolves, but
I was
And
thinking
Lycans,
4,
we
yeah.
have Lycans
True.
too.
Yeah.
True. With
I think
cursed,
the-
maybe it's
never
just
So
4, yeah.
if you're a plain villager, you're probably either Lycan or cursed.
or the telepath, or the
Or
scorn
scorned, yeah.
villager.
Yeah.
You probably are not very helpful to the village if you're a village.
Yeah, so
you
you're
have
probably
your
not a
wits
plain
and
villager.
caring.
If you're a plain villager, you're probably not.
Villagers need to stay alive so that.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't die,
Women.
villagers.
I'll do my best.
I will
Sonia.
also say werewolves, please don't kill Chris the werewolf killer first night. Like, even if you don't suspect him of being like a roll or anything, like,
Give him 2 days at least.
yeah.
That's something that you say to
Enjoy
throw us
himself.
off that you're a werewolf.
I mean, I already got some suspects,
Nice.
They're probably wrong, so don't worry about it, werewolf.
True. Chris early game is not good because I once trusted him and we only kill villagers that game.
I don't recall that. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was, I think, half a year, no, more than half a year ago.
Time is flying, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
I mean, clearly
Sonia,
Simon's
what are you
evil.
thinking?
I'm just listening right now.
What
Graham
are you?
Graham, I'm a villager. Graham has not spoke yet. And Davey hasn't spoke yet. And Jesse is only like a little bit. Alex, you haven't spoke today yet. That's asking me. Simon hasn't spoke yet. Luciana. There's a lot of people. Chris R.
It's only been a few minutes.
Yeah.
Literally.
Most of the
Suddenly
village
coming out all guns blazing.
Well, I like listening to you guys and hear what you have to say. So
Let me tell you a bedtime story.
I don't
It
know.
all
about
begins. No, okay.
that. I've seen your clown face. I don't know.
Oh, true. I remember.
That ought to make a comeback. We
Yeah,
got Carnival coming up.
I feel like as a village, we're in a bit of trouble. Just like our only knowledge roll is a lazy seer. So like half as useful as usual.
I mean, technically,
And-
there's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, too.
The longer the seers in the game, the more useful it becomes.
The challenge is like usually we can get around that by people coming out with roles. My fear is the sympathizer kind of puts that to bed.
Well, it's a Connor game, so it has to be pro werewolf.
Right.
I guess there's still like
The werewolf sympathizer is a fitting role to be in the game, considering the moderator is one. So you guys just roll.
Connor didn't make himself the werewolf sympathizer, did he? Like,
Yeah, man, that's obvious.
Kill him first, just to be safe.
Chris A, haven't you been a werewolf like almost every game so far in the Werewolf Cup?
Just over half, I think. Yeah. Unfortunately.
I don't think we should go around killing Chris's. I'm really looking forward to 3 of us being alive at the end.
I'm not on wolf this time, so it's fine.
2 made it
Simon.
really far last time. It was crazy because usually one of the Chris's will go early, so then people can stop differentiating between them.
I think we should just make a pact now to make sure that all 3 Chris's stay alive.
Yes, I like
I
that pack.
agree, that's
Manny,
good.
you're a villager, man. You're a villager.
Simon, as our resident Chris killer, what do you think about our Chris's?
Kill them.
It's
All of them.
All
Can we
three.
It's the only way to be sure.
Hey!
Well, Chris R,
Simon's
you need
going
to
on the
speak
list.
up. What do you think?
Yeah, I think 3 Chris's at the end would be great. As for the village, I don't have any suspicion as of now. But I just think that Lucas is way too happy and relaxed to be a wolf, maybe.
Oh.
I think I trust Lucas a little bit.
Oh, no, no, I don't want to die. Don't trust me, guys. Please, Alex, please. Graham, Alex.
No.
Here's a word of advice. Don't trust Lucas.
Thanks.
He can lie very well. If he wants
Sounds like
to, he
something
can
from
be
Oh,
a
right, you're
very
on my
good
list,
liar.
Lucas.
That's insider trading there, Luciana.
Also, Jesse is quite unusual. This is a little uncommon. So I wonder what maybe up with that.
I mean, it's a big game. I want to let other people talk, so I'm just kind of hanging back. I don't really have much to say.
That's fair.
I'm starting to make my half and half list, like who's on one side, who's on the other side, but it could mean, I mean, it's 4 minutes in, so I don't really know.
Do we have a timer?
Well, Jesse is
Unofficial
checking
timer.
time.
Unofficial timer.
He said 4
You
minutes
when Connor
in,
gets
so.
bored.
I don't quote me on that 4 minutes.
Question:
All right.
when Jekyll or Hyde successfully researches, do they find out the full role, or if it's a telepath villager, for instance,
They'll
would
find
they
out
just
the
be
full.
villager?
No, they'll find out the full role, the exact role.
Mystic Sea.
Well,
I like
but-
Jesse this game. I'm all in on Jesse to the moon.
We get to nominate whenever we want, right? I mean, it's
Yes.
not like
I'll nominate Jerry.
Okay, Victoria nominates Jerry. Is there a second?
If we nominate Jerry, I think it's pretty easy to tell if she's a wolf or not.
No, I second.
I'll second, but
I got Lucas seconding it. Also, because of the rabid wolf, I'm gonna try to make it very clear who nominates in seconds, so that you guys are always aware. So that was Victoria nominating and Jerry seconding, or sorry, Lucas seconding for Jerry. This is your first nomination, Jerry. This is your defense.
Okay, well, it makes sense to put me up because I am pretty much an open book in these games. I am on the village team, so don't kill me because I'm good. Day one, nomination one, just sort of been noting down what people have been saying. I think Josh saying what he said about Jekyll is really good for whoever is Jekyll. That's a really good strategy. So I don't think a wolf would make that comment because they'd want to not give that person ideas and stuff on how to play. Chris, what I'm starting to do, I'm starting to write down who trusts who and when they say stuff. So I'm just going to reiterate what people say just to keep it fresh. Chris R said she trusts Lucas because he's relaxed, and Alex trusts Jesse. That's all I got so far, so please don't kill me.
All right, so it is time to vote. There are, I believe, 18 of us here. Is that correct?
10 majority.
All right, so time to vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. That is no votes down. So Jerry, you're still alive, and that was your first nomination of the day.
I think there's 17 of us actually.
Lucas, why did you shake your head no when you didn't, like, did you not agree with what Jerry said about Josh?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Graham and me are the type of person who would also help the village team if we are werewolves, because we just like throwing out ideas to the village. And I think I would also include Josh in that. So while yes, I don't suspect Josh for now, I wouldn't say just because of his good idea that he's not a werewolf.
It's exactly what Barbie did last night.
I was just gonna
as a
say,
wolf, she
yeah,
gave a
that
good
happened.
strategy for the bodyguard.
And not to, I have Josh in the middle column. I made 3 columns.
You
Like
get your own
sus,
separate
not
column,
sure,
Josh.
and good. And Josh is in the middle because I think him saying that immediately is like a very calculated thing. And it could be a villager thinking about an item, or like a werewolf. How am I gonna set myself up? I mean, it's probably
Yeah,
not
I've been
good
planning
werewolf
all
play.
week to come out on like
I was
day
thinking, you're
one,
thinking,
second one. I'm going to
werewolf.
say this thing.
Right. Because you
Well,
knew
Jesse, I said I trusted you. Where do you have me?
in the middle column.
Hey, you hear that, Josh? Stuck in the middle with you.
You, and
That's
I'll just
okay.
say my middle column is Alex, Josh, Chris the werewolf killer, and Luciana are in my middle column.
If we go with the clown joke, I've got Josh to the left, me, Alex to the right. Screw
So
much.
Davey, you should have some good reads if you are on the village team. Have you noticed anything so far? Are you admitted?
Thank you for saying that, Lucas. I don't know if I agree with that assessment, but I mean, I have 4 names down. I'll give them to you, but it's only off of facial features and nothing else, so don't take too much into it. Victoria, Simon, Graham, and Manny are my 4 people.
Manny, what are you thinking? Your name was just said.
I'm thinking I don't understand why I'm always one of the first people brought up when.
Because
names are
you're
coming.
smiling, right?
Yeah, because I'm smiling.
That's usually my job. So
You know, there's not a lot of people that have said a whole lot of substance here. I really think Josh is really the only one that's actually brought anything to the table. And I guess Lucas just kind of pointed out, you know, rebutting what Josh was saying. But other than that, you know, Alex hasn't said much. Luciana hasn't said much. Chris R hasn't said much except for the one comment about Chris. Caitlin hasn't said much. Flick hasn't said much. Davey hasn't said much.
What do you think about Graham not saying much at all? Because he's usually one with ideas too.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. And Graham, to me, I don't know exactly how to puzzle this, but I'm getting, or how to say this, but I'm getting good vibes from Graham because he's got this like very inquisitive, puzzling look on his face that I have noticed in the past when he's good.
I think it's
Like-
just the board games behind him.
Could be. I don't know how quite to describe it, but like the one time Graham spoke up, it was like he's, I don't know, it's like he's calculating something. And I've noticed that when he's good in the past. So
Thanks.
So, David, who are the 4 names again? Sorry, Victoria, Simon, Manny, and
Graham.
Graham. Thank you.
So Luciana, what do you think about Simon?
I don't know. I don't have anything. Day 1 is just too difficult for me.
Simon, what do you think about Luciana?
Absolutely nothing.
Thank you.
I don't have a good middle or bad column at the moment. I think just talking for the sake of talking.
Same.
Unless something interesting comes out, I don't think there's anything worth carrying on talking for this day.
you've just got a Chris column.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll just nominate Simon. I mean, he wants to kill me.
All
Clearly.
right, Chris has nominated Simon. Chris the Werewolf Killer has nominated Simon. Is there a second for that?
Clarifying,
So
Chris,
I'll
team Chris
Davey-
R, not
yeah.
Chris the Werewolf Killer.
Davey first. So I got Chris T and Davey nominating Simon. This is the second nomination of the day. Simon, this is your defense.
Yeah, I've got nothing at the moment. I don't know. I kind of agree with what Manny said about only sort of pertinent thing that's come out is Josh saying thing and Lucas. I think people are just grasping at straws at the moment, to be honest. Like, yeah, some people are good at reading and things like that, but there hasn't been much to read. So that's what I've got to say about that.
All right, so this is the second vote of the day. This is for Simon. And we'll vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 votes down. That is not enough to kill. That was the second vote of the day. You guys have one more.
I think since my name's been thrown around, I don't want to be nominated. But if I am, let Davey do it, because if he is on my team, I want him to be the one who loses points.
What?
I typically don't first day nominate, so that won't happen.
Sounds good to me.
What do you think of it, Victoria? Because there are quite a few games I've played you recently. You've had really good reads, and then no one's followed them through. So you got anything so far?
I mean, the first day, especially with this many people, it's a lot of kind of like it takes more time than the first day, I'd say. But I don't know. Davey's reads seemed interesting to me. I've never heard Davey have 4 people on the first day and just be able to like go bam, bam, bam all at once. And it just doesn't really feel typical for Davey. I do agree that Davey has pretty good reads, but usually Davey doesn't come out with that many day one. And
Are you
but
suspicious of Alex?
no, Alex has been under my radar, but I mean, I'm not suspicious of him. I haven't really paid attention to Alex yet. There's so many people to keep track of day one, but I'm not suspicious of you anymore, Jerry.
I'm glad that I can finally see everybody on the same screen, so it helps with keeping track of all that.
Right.
Caitlin's been kind of quiet though.
Caitlin has been kind of quiet. That is true.
What are you
So,
sticking
Caitlin.
on? Sorry, that's
Well, I'm suspicious of Lucas. That must mean he's a villager. If I'm suspicious of Lucas, that's usually.
I'm actually fine with people that's of me because otherwise I will die. So yes, Caitlin, thanks.
Of course. Well, that means you're a villager, though, most likely, because I usually read you wrong. Other than that, though, I think my other big suspicion is Davy. I'm actually suspicious of Davy. And I didn't like Simon's defense, that last one either. I don't know, there's just something about Simon's last defense that I just wasn't okay with, which is part of the reason I voted down on him. But Davy and Simon are my two that I'm most suspicious of, and Jesse's like on the border of getting it. I actually like Josh's point, and Lucas's rebuttal against it make me feel that both Josh and Lucas are both good this game. So we're all on the same team, which I'm excited for.
Look, am I on your sus list this game?
So I had took a note of who you had named, and then just when someone was all like, it seems a bit strange for you to name a bunch of people because you don't normally name people. I remembered the previous game where I think you named like 2 werewolves in amongst villagers because you were throwing them under the bus. So, I mean, I don't know. It just seems strange that someone's like, that's not an unusual thing, but that is something I've seen you do. So, I think those names might be interesting. I don't know about you, but that's a discrepancy. So I've noted it, and now I've told the village that. So you all have the same discrepancy. So enjoy. But yeah, that's what I have so far. I mean, I've got like, so and so thinks so and so sus. I have to admit, there's a back and forth with you and Victoria there. There just seems to be a couple of names that seem to be going back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, in my defense, before
it's a Word document, so it's not exactly my usual note, but
before I'm nominated, because I'm feeling like that's coming on, I'll give my defense now, and then if someone wants to nominate me still, that's fine. I almost always write down multiple names on day one, and it's always with the caveat that I have nothing to go on. These are just the people that I'm going to be looking at. I don't know if it's always 4, it's always different. But the reason Victoria and Manny are on there is because there were a couple times in day one where people made jokes and they did the like half laugh, half smile thing, which I do when I'm thinking of something and I feel awkward, but I want to make it look like I'm still like, ha ha ha, that was a good joke.
I have social anxiety.
I like your reaction, Manny. I like your reaction.
Simon just looked incredibly uncomfortable, and he had his pen at the beginning of the game. He had his pen out, but wasn't writing anything down. He was showing his pen the whole beginning of the game, but never wrote anything down until I mentioned his name, or I didn't notice. He may have. I didn't notice though. And then Graham just being like awkwardly silent. So those are why I went after those people. But it's not like they've said something that I'm like, oh, I'm definitely sure of these guys. I'm not on the werewolf team, so Flick saying that usually when I am, I throw werewolves under the bus. I don't know that I do that either, but I don't know. So
I'm just saying the last game you did. So when you put out names and someone said that you don't know how to put out names, I was like, hang on a second, and I remember the previous game. So that's why it's written down. It's that discrepancy.
I'm surprised about people's suspicion of Simon because I think that Simon's defense was actually pretty good. And for like, I don't know, I like Simon's defense. I know that like the last time he had a good defense, he was a werewolf that I'm aware of because he did play a pretty good game. You were a werewolf that game, right? Yeah, the last werewolf. But I do think that Simon's good. I'm just like surprised that people are like suspicious of him right now, and it kind of makes me feel like people who want to throw like throw out a suspicion, it's easy to target Simon because people kind of follow along with that.
Graham, did you have a bad date today?
I did not.
Oh, okay. You just look really too quiet.
Okay, just
I guess, I mean,
before-
I don't know. I feel I've been called too quiet and awkwardly silent, but I mean, I know the things that I like. I was talking about the lazy seer, the Jekyll, the sympathizer. Other than that, I don't have anything on people. I'm trying to look at the roles, and I don't really have anything super valuable to add. So if that's awkward, sorry.
It's not making me feel comfortable about my earlier claim.
Just for food for thought. Before Sonia even said all the people who were quiet, the 4 people I had on my list, which is funny because like they've been coming up a lot, are Graham, Davey, Simon, and Caitlin, but she's like kind of the 4th and possibly moving. But I just think it's interesting that those 4 were on my list before all this, where their names have been coming up a lot.
Can you just
So
say those names again?
So
Graham,
I would
Davey,
suggest
Simon, Caitlin.
I would ask Jekyll to check me because I want to find out what my actual role is, and the seer won't be any help there.
But on a second note, and you guys can go for me or whatever, I don't care. Day 1 is tough.
It is, yeah.
I don't have a problem going to day 2. We have Van
Jesse's a
Helsing.
werewolf. Jesse's a werewolf.
We have Van Helsing. Maybe they want to take a shot or something. I don't know, like, because again, like, even with these 4 names, even though they've come up a lot, I still don't want to bet the farm on anyone specific.
You're just saying we don't have to kill.
Jesse, I got a question. Why are you bringing up that now that they were on your list? Because those names, you're right, they've been bottled
Well,
around.
I just thought for tomorrow, you know, like if I go, which you know,
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what I
fine
mean.
with
But I
it,
just want to put it out there that those were my initial thoughts. It's not, but I just want to say, like, I'm not building on to like, oh, people brought up Simon, people brought up Davey, like you're just piling on. And I know you could not believe me that they were my initial people, but they were.
I have a question for Connor. Connor, if Van Helsing shoots a villager, that villager still dies, correct?
Yep, unless I didn't say this, but bodyguard can protect against a Van Helsing shot. They still will not get their vote to count, even if that person.
Oh, so they know that a bodyguard protected us. Nice.
Do we learn who dies at night, Connor?
Yep.
Yep.
The only time you will not know who dies, it will be during the day after the scorned dies.
Yeah. So Simon, Jesse said we don't have to kill. What do you think? Should we kill?
No. To be honest, I always feel about day 1 is you have to go through this process just to get people talking, and you can sometimes find information, but I'm not one of the ones that thinks you have to kill day 1. If circumstances mean you do, then do, but I don't think you have to. And I've seen nothing today to say you have to.
So I'm going to give us 1 more minute. If I don't get a nomination, we're just going to go to sleep. It was a pretty long first day, which I said.
Chris, who would you nominate if you had the chance, or if you had to nominate someone?
Me?
No, Chris.
Oh, me. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure about Simon. I think we maybe should nominate someone, and then if you don't think they are a wolf, then we could still vote up and not kill that way. I think I would nominate Simon.
Okay.
But if someone has a better read than me.
I don't like the idea of nominating someone we've already nominated today.
Yeah, probably.
I'm a little bit suspicious of Sonya. I'm not sure if it's enough to kill her on day 1. But I'm a little bit suspicious of Sonya.
Why?
You're probably running out of time, so if anyone wants to nominate, they should.
Well, like I said, I'm not necessarily set on killing her, but I will nominate Sonya.
Okay, Josh is nominating Sonya. Is there a second for that?
I'll second, just for the reason that Chris said. And honestly, Sonya is on my far left list of good people. But I just think what Chris said, we can not kill someone if we think they're good.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Sonia. So this is the third nomination. Josh nominated Sonia and Jesse seconded. This is the third nomination. No matter what, we will be going to sleep after this.
So I'm a villager. I think it's very imperative that we're very careful on who we kill, because any villager can turn at any time. So I just think we really need to be careful, but I'm a villager. There's nothing more that I can say. I'm not the lazy seer or anything. But villagers are a hot commodity in this game for sure. So, and I'm not sure why I look suspicious. I'm trying to give a little bit of input.
All right, so this is the third and final vote for the day. This is for Sonia. We're going to vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 down. That is not enough to kill. So everyone is going to sleep. I'm just going to mute you all. All right, and everyone should be asleep. So everyone will be activating tonight, starting with the werewolf sympathizer. If you want to sympathize a roll, just write down the roll. If you don't, just say no. Okay, thank you. Let's get my bodyguard. Please wake up. Who would you like to protect? Remember, you cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. All right, thank you. And I get Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde, please wake up. If you want to research somebody, just write down a name. If you want to drink a potion, just write down potion. All right, thank you. Go to sleep. I get Van Helsing, please wake up. If you want to kill somebody tonight, write down a name. If you don't, go to sleep. All right, thank you. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? All right, thank you. Lazy Seer, please wake up. I'm going to first give you the information of the person from the previous night, and then you can give me a name. All right, thank you. All right, everyone can wake up. And nobody died last night.
That's a bodyguard
job,
or curse.
bodyguard. Or cursed, yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine cursed with this many people.
No Van Helsing kill either.
Pretty sure the werewolf sympathizer blocked the Van Helsing.
I
would
wouldn't
have
block
done.
Vils.
I don't.
That's a
no
no.
comment.
I don't know if I would have done
Does
that.
Van Helsing have to kill?
No.
No.
Oh, it's an option.
Why
Well,
wouldn't
if-
you have blocked? Because, you know,
Because Van
he
Helsing,
could-
I'm aware of it. Well,
I,
let's not
I don't
talk
really
about
want
it.
to
Right,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
the
yeah. Good idea.
sympathizer's optimal strategy, but
Yeah,
Right.
I would.
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Figured out on
Van
your
Helsing,
own.
please block the villager.
Yeah. Don't let
Block
the
a
villager do
werewolf.
anything.
Werewolf sympathizer, block a werewolf.
I already asked. He can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will say the thing that made me a little bit suspicious of Sonya yesterday was when she was first, and she wasn't the only one, but she was the first to kind of start throwing out like a lot of names and looked like she was searching. So that's
I was looking at who hadn't talked. We have such a big group. that I was trying to not just single out one or two, but everyone that I hadn't heard from.
Yeah,
But that doesn't, because I'm a listener. I'm a listener.
Yeah. Yeah, I also know that like werewolves, like if they're called out or like, you know, being told please speak up, you know, maybe they'll go searching and all that. That was just what it was. So I thought
No,
your
I
defense
just wanted
was
to hear from more people. That's
I
all.
was really suspicious of both Josh and Jesse for that nomination. I thought, like, I know Josh is saying that Sonia was searching, but Sonia was really the first person to try to move the game along after Josh gave that talk about, shit, what were you talking about, Van Helsing?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Dr. Jekyll, I'm sorry, yeah. So, you know, the fact that she just kind of threw a bunch of names in the dark to me makes sense because it was like the very first person to talk. And
that's
Jesse
it.
is suspicious the whole game. I just
in
think
a-
that there's an attempt to lift.
And in a big game, I didn't want anybody to get lost. You know, everyone should be able to say something because some of us are more quiet during some games and some of us aren't. And I didn't want anybody to get lost in the day. Because we're all playing.
I mean, I know it will sound suspicious, but you know, if the bodyguard is a person who maybe was mentioned multiple times yesterday, you could have been targeted because when people find someone suspicious, it's either a roll or a werewolf, and the werewolves know who they are each other. Maybe they hit one of the mentioned people, you know. I'm just saying, you know, no kill day night one could also be bodyguard protected himself. And now if the werewolves try to kill that person again next night, we'll lose the bodyguard without us ever knowing. So
Talking
maybe
a lot about werewolf strategy here.
No, I think it's pretty obvious that if the person hasn't been turned, that they will try to kill again.
Anyone else suspicious of Alex?
Me.
Just me.
Still in my no row.
I won't say I'm
Well,
suspicious.
Not today.
I want him to enjoy his home, like playing werewolf for just a few minutes, right?
He plays a lot.
I'm always a little suspicious of Alex. That is not a big suspicion.
I'm not suspicious of you, Chris.
He's a lot
Which
quieter
Chris?
than usual.
Chris R, the one that just talked.
That's fair.
So my top two are Alex and Simon. Simon higher than Alex.
Wait a
But
minute,
you know,
Alex.
I'm not sure if Simon is just being bad villager or if he's a wolf.
Alex, were you a werewolf in that game that I called you out when you were quiet?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Are you
But I was
satisfied
also
then
in
again?
a strange place playing on an iPad.
Yeah, and you kept saying that, and then you turned into a werewolf, and I was so like, oh, what to do? Yeah, that was the regretful one that I was. Oh,
I
yeah.
guess it's my fault for building a meta of being crazy and wacky, but I usually don't do that when there's points on the line. So I'm just kind of paying attention and trying to get reads.
You just, you know, usually you throw out suspicions too, and you neither nominated nor threw anyone's name.
Yeah,
That's why I had
I've been doing
sus.
the thing where I'd like try to get as many nominations in as possible, and I guess it's worked somewhat because I'm in the top 10, but I'm trying to like be a little bit more, you know, tailored this game.
I have a question for Sonia. In the interest of making sure that nobody gets lost, can you name the 6 people who haven't said a single word today?
Haven't said a single word. Chris hasn't. Davey hasn't. Flick hasn't. Chris A hasn't.
She has.
Oh.
Well, Chris R has, Chris A hasn't.
Yeah,
Chris
I
D
think I said
hasn't
Chris
either, I
A.
think.
I think I said Chris A.
Yeah, the others are Caitlin, Jerry, and Simon.
Simon, yeah.
Say something, Jerry.
I'm getting
Did
a
you
little...
turn? Did you
No,
turn? Jerry?
God, no. I'm getting a bit sus of Manny the way he just went after Josh. That just seems a bit sus to me. So I don't think I trust Manny.
I actually moved Manny. Listen to that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Manny.
I mean, the reason I went after, it's not that I went after them. I would have nominated if I was really, really that suspicious. I just didn't like the way that nomination went after Sonia, and I don't like the defense of why. because Sonia did name people randomly, but she was kind of the first person to really start talking after we talked about a mechanical portion of the game. So it just felt with the third nomination, after everybody was pretty sure about maybe not voting on anybody, it just felt like a quick way to get a nomination. And like I said, I'm more sus of Jesse than I am of Josh. And the fact that Jesse seconded the nomination and pushed it to go through after everybody seemed to be okay with probably not letting it happen, given that Jesse's really been one of the more suspicious people in the game so far and one that's kind of higher on my list.
Would it be interesting to ask why people voted down on Sonia?
I was
didn't like
wondering
her
that.
defense. Yeah, I don't like her defense with it. I don't know. I just felt like saying that every villager at this point does matter. That's true, but I feel like that's also a good hide that a werewolf can say.
All I heard from Sonia is I'm a villager, which doesn't really mean much.
Did you? So was it Caitlin, Victoria, Flick, Graham who voted down? Did you vote down, Jerry?
I voted up.
Okay. I don't know.
What can I
Honestly,
do?
like
If I'm just a villager, what can I do?
I'd be happy to second and vote down on any of the people who still have not spoken today.
Can I nominate Chris, the werewolf killer? I would like to nominate.
Second.
Not
Second
me.
that.
you're not allowed to do.
Luciana nominated, Chris T, and Caitlin seconded. This is the first nomination of the day. Chris, this is your defense.
That's so rude, Caitlin. I won't come after Luciana on that one. No, I probably am the only one that is actually, no offense, Sonia, would like to kill Sonia to see what she is. I don't think she's a werewolf, but just to see, because that would kind of help me verify who nominated her and who voted down on her, kind of feel them out a little bit more. I am a villager and I would like to keep it that way. As far as I know, I'm not cursed. So there you go.
All right, so this is the first vote of the day. This is for Chris T. Vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. It is 14 votes up, 3 votes down. That is not enough to kill.
I see at least 3 people didn't agree with me yesterday in what I was saying.
About what?
So right now, I think it's good to reason that Dr. Jekyll has one Mystic C on someone. And we know that they well, actually,
I know it. I remember now.
Yeah, never mind. They have to go hide to nominate. So
Graham, are you saying that a werewolf is hiding amongst the quiet? Is that what you're trying to say?
Almost certainly, that's always the case. And I definitely do not want another game to end where the werewolf passed the entire game without saying a single word. So I would like to kill the people that are not speaking.
Chris A, how sus are you of Simon?
He is on my list. Oh, he's not top of my list. He's sort of second, third on the list.
So Simon, I'll give you the chance to defend yourself before I nominate you, because I'm itching to nominate you.
Just do it.
Scratch that itch. Scratch that itch.
Alex and Jerry and Chris A are on my list now.
I'll nominate Simon.
That doesn't make me feel good about Luciana.
Okay, Lucas nominates Simon.
No,
and
Jesse,
Graham
you
seconded.
need me.
This is the second vote of the day. Simon, this is your defense.
So, I think possibly the reason there might have been no kill last night might have been curse turned. And I was thinking who would be the most logical person for the werewolves to target. And I think it's the person who was appeared the safest yesterday, which would have been Sonia. You know, she got a vote 3, only 4 people voted down, which means a lot of people trust her. I'm a bit sus on Lucas saying that one of the people who was suspicious yesterday, or were on a lot of people's list yesterday, might have roles, which I think possibly included me. And then he then says that I'm suspicious. So I'm confused about that. And I guess also I really deliberately gave a bad defense yesterday So Victoria saying that I gave a good defense and trying to defend me makes it me a bit suspicious of her. So yeah, that's all I've got to say.
All right, this is the second vote of the day. This is for Simon. We're gonna vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. That is 10 votes up, 7 votes down. That is not enough to kill. And that was the second vote of the day.
I guess you're scared, Graham.
Oh, I really wanted to vote Simon down, but I liked his defense like a lot.
I actually thought his defense was good, but I still voted down because he's still like up there. I don't. The other person.
What is good about saying he deliberately gave a bad defense?
Well, both of the points that he raised were things I hadn't necessarily thought about, but I did disagree with Victoria. So saying his defense yesterday was good, seemed odd, and I thought it was an interesting point about Sonia that I hadn't considered. So
at least he gave a defense. Unlike sometimes we play, some people don't give defenses.
I mean, my standard for good Simon defenses is based off of the one where in the carnival game he kind of just was like, ha, I dare you to nominate me.
I feel like this person that I'm thinking of has had a string of werewolves in a row, and I think they got werewolf again, and I think they're kind of just like not giving it their all, and I think it's Davey, and I think he's a werewolf. And does anyone feel like Davey is a werewolf again? And I feel bad about it, but I think he's a werewolf. He hasn't talked, like Graham pointed out his name. He hasn't talked again all day. I think Davey.
Yeah, when Graham pointed that out, I decided that I wasn't going to say anything, because I'm not going to say anything because I'm told that I have to not seem suspicious. That doesn't make sense to me. If I have something that I think is worth mentioning for the village, I think it's going to be helpful for the village, then I'm going to say it. But if it's because I took off Victoria from my list, which seems like now people are adding her to their list, but I took Victoria off my list. I'm not suspicious of her anymore. And I added Chris T to my list. And that's why I voted down on him. But like that, I don't think that that's helpful for the village to know. So I didn't say it, and I was gonna wait until someone said something or nominated me to say anything. But I mean, if you want the nomination, that's fine. I will tell you that I am a villager, and if you kill me, you'll find out that you've killed a villager. And I mean, if that's how they want to play it, that's fine. Jesse is right that I have gotten a string of werewolves, and I hate being a werewolf. But this time I am not. I just don't have anything worthwhile to mention until I'm called out like this.
All right, I'm going to need that third nomination though.
Josh, you think we should go for Sonia?
No, we shouldn't go for Sonia.
I'm still on Simon, actually. I don't think, why should somebody give a bad defense on purpose just to look how people react when they are suspicious?
Yeah, I think he's the rabbit wolf.
Because then the possibility they get voted out is way too risky. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. So maybe
I nominate Simon then.
Okay, Luciana nominates Simon. Is there a second for that?
Didn't Luciana just nominate
Simon?
No, I did.
Lucas.
Oh, okay.
So Luciana nominated Simon and Chris R seconded. Simon, this is your defense. This is the third nomination, so no matter what, we will be going to sleep after this.
Unmute. Oh, you can speak as well. That's what I should have done. Whoops. Yeah, I don't have much more to add from the last one. Yeah, the reason I thought I wanted to try in my last few games, people said that I don't talk much when I'm either a werewolf or have a role. So this time I was a bog standard villager, so I tried to be sort of really quiet and not talk and be a bit sort of like belligerent with people, and people might think I was either just to see how it went, see if I had a role or thought I was a role or a werewolf. I am neither. I am a boring villager. The chances, however, are that I could be a lichen, I could be cursed, I could be scorned, I could be a telepath, sorry. But yeah, no. and suspicions are no more than what I just said. Victoria, Lucas, Sonia, possibly Josh. Maybe.
All right, so this is the third and final vote. This is for Simon. We're gonna vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. That is only 6 votes up, 11 votes down. That is enough to kill. Sorry, Simon, you are dead. And Simon was a villager. Good night, everybody. All right, let's start it off with the werewolf sympathizer. Please wake up. If you want to sympathize a role, just write down a name. If you don't, just go back to sleep. Okay, thank you. Go to sleep. Bodyguard, please wake up. Who would you like to protect? Remember, you cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. All right, thank you. Bodyguard, go to sleep. Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde, please wake up. If you want to research somebody, please write down a name. If you want to drink a potion, just write down potion. All right, thank you. Please go to sleep. Sorry, not Lazy Seer. Go back to sleep, Lazy Seer. Van Helsing, please wake up. If you want to kill somebody, please give me a name. If you don't, just go back to sleep. All right, thank you. Helsing, go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? All right, thank you. Werewolves, please go to sleep. Lazy Seer, please wake up. I'm going to give you thumbs up or down on the person that you checked from the previous night. And you can write down a name if you want to check for the next night. All right, thank you. Everybody can wake up. And there was a kill last night. Victoria, you are dead, and Victoria was a werewolf.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Second night without the village kill.
At least we got rid of a werewolf though.
Right.
Sorry, Simon.
Is everybody cursed and we're just gonna be switching to bad?
knowing Connor, probably.
I guess Hyde could have drank his potion and they targeted them, so that's also a possibility.
Sure,
I guess they targeted bodyguard, protect. I don't know.
For Simon's sake, since he was right about one of his suspicions, and I feel like we killed him after he gave the best defense I've ever heard him give.
Yes, and you voted down on that, Graham.
I voted down on the last one because we needed to kill someone to get something, but I just thought it was a terrible nomination.
I didn't like that at all, Luciana and Chris R, because we just voted up on that person. Why would we put? I mean, I voted down just to get the game moving, but why would you put the same person up?
People kept mentioning him. He was on many people's list.
Luciana's
so
my
I
top suspect right
I
now.
moved her over to my big list.
Oh,
my
that's
top.
okay. I usually, if I have a role, I'm afraid of nominating someone because of the rabbit wolf. Since I'm just a boring villager, I thought I just nominate someone who's on many people's list. So
for me, actually,
are you the
Chris
rabbit wolf,
R.
Luciana?
I am not the rabbit wolf.
So,
I'm not on the werewolf team.
so Luciana's position didn't change for me, but Chris R actually got on my good side because I don't think she would have done that if she had been a werewolf. Because like Jesse and Alex is now saying, it's super sus of nominating the same person after more than half the village said no.
I mean,
we think
you
Simon's
were
good.
also going for Simon pretty hard.
Yeah,
with this. So
right,
I,
'cause
you
she
are
would
But
out
too.
of the
I
list.
stopped after you voted up on the
If
second.
and they could both be villagers, just
Yeah.
But if they are people who were in the mouth, like who were also possibly going to be that third nomination, I feel like are Davy and Sonia, just for FYIs. Like if that was a not like let's put Simon up again and not Davy or Sonia. That's just I don't know, but that's just something.
And I agree with
There
Graham.
were 3 people voting up.
Simon's defense was really good.
It was good twice in a row.
was-
But I didn't.
I voted up.
I
So
thought
Simon, excuse me, go ahead.
I thought his defense was good in a way, but it sounded to me, I had this feeling like it's a good crafted defense that a werewolf would come up with. I just had this gut feeling that he's bad. It was wrong, but I didn't like him saying I made a bad defense on purpose to lure someone up, because if he dies because of a bad defense, he can't lure someone up because people not necessarily have the same strain of thought to look at people who defended him before. So that didn't seem, it seemed like me that he realized he made a bad defense and then tried to justify it in a way.
Nick, any thoughts?
I think we missed the name. Who did you ask?
Flick. Sorry, Flick.
Oh, sorry. I was just checking because I literally just got a text message there where they went, "Thanks for your patience. We're still working hard to get to. We'll text an update within the next 30 minutes." And I'm like,
I nominate Flick.
No. Okay. Let us speak first.
30. It's now. I think I've been here 3.5 hours.
Come on, guys.
Graham nominated
So
Flick.
any thoughts? Flick?
Second, hold on.
Oh, they nominated her.
And Alex seconded. This is the first nomination of the day. I'm going to mute everyone. And Flick, this is your defense.
So I seem to have missed a step here because I'm not quite sure why I'm being nominated. I mean, I've already said what I thought there. I thought the Davy and back and forth with Victoria was interesting. Victoria's turned out to be a werewolf. That brings me back to Davy. I'm also very aware that there's a werewolf sympathizer in the village. So like that would be where I'm thinking maybe, but I'm not sure because there's a couple of things that I think have been sus, but I haven't got enough to say they're like 100%. So I just keep going back to Davy. Sorry, Davy. I know it seems a bit like it's going on thing with other games, but that is where my thoughts are at.
All right, this is the first vote of the day. This is for Flick. There are 15 of you now. All right, we're going to vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 9 votes up and 6 votes down. That is not enough to kill. That was the first nomination of the day.
She's clearly a wolf, so.
Yeah. So in case I die, I agree. Flick is definitely a wolf.
Just something before we get too crazy. Simon could have been the wolf sympathizer, possibly.
Sure.
So maybe a lot of this, it's not 100% that the people who were against Simon were against the village.
Yeah, that's
true.
No.
But
So
Why
Simon was
would
sus
you think
on.
that?
we should talk about.
What'd you say, Graham?
I'm curious, Jesse, why you would think Simon might be the sympathizer.
It just came into my brain now. It just because he would be announced as a villager. That's all. I
said
know
the
Mary's
first
very
time
much
you
against
seconded
it.
someone, Alex,
I think that's too much information.
Yes, that's the first time I've seconded something.
because you voted up for Simon, I crossed you off my list. But I'm suspicious again.
You shouldn't vote. You shouldn't put people off the list because they say
Well,
save
I
the
know,
villager.
but I
because werewolves know who is a villager and who is.
But I think a third vote.
You're
people are
right.
more
Maybe
likely to
Simon
vote
was the
down.
werewolf sympathizer, and I was trying to protect him.
Manny, what were you trying to say? I felt like there was something there.
I wasn't trying to say anything more than I did. I don't think we should be talking about like sympathizer strategy.
No, we said.
Okay.
Chris A. So I want you to be a bit more part of the village.
Yeah, let's hear more from Chris A.
Victoria was the first on my suspect list. Then it was Davy. So, but I've also got Manny on there as well.
I don't mind if we kill Flick or Chris A first. So.
Are you in a wind tunnel?
Wouldn't it make sense to save that for Van Helsing?
No.
Your mic is like weird. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh wait, yeah, I think it should be better now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
Simon was sus on Lucas and Sonia.
Yeah.
And Josh.
Josh, yeah.
What?
But no.
I'm
I
in
think
suspicions.
Josh, who are you more sus of, Flick or Chris A?
Choose wisely.
I mean, I'm a little bit more suspicious on Flick, but I don't like Chris A sticking around to the very end, just out of pure spite of what happened last game.
That's fine.
Yeah, because he made it to the last game and was a werewolf. Very quiet.
Yep, I am on the village
I
team.
almost nominated you, but Lucas asked you to speak.
Yep, I'm on the village team this time.
Do you think Flick is good?
Unsure on Flick.
Chris A, I want you to nominate Flick.
Whoa. I'm Van Helsing. I'm going to kill Flick tonight. Let's kill someone else.
Okay.
Okay. Should
I
we
mean,
kill Chris
no,
A then?
I don't think Graham is Van Helsing, but he wants to say, Van Helsing should click.
Yeah, we know, Lucas.
We know.
What do you think? What are you thinking, Caitlin? You've been really quiet this entire game. I feel like every time you've spoken, someone has asked you to. So
Yeah, trying a new strategy this game, and my dog keeps barking too. I did not like what Flick just said. Granted, like I have been in that position before where like car troubles suck so much, especially right now, and I know she is distracted by it. But I also feel like Flick is someone that has really great reads usually on people, and I just feel like she did not give anything beneficial to it. Lucas doesn't agree with that. Like I said, I'm still suspicious of Lucas, but usually my suspicions are always terribly wrong. And the only person who I think is good so far still is Josh, is the only one I actually feel like is good. Graham, I hope is good, because he did just say that he was a Van Helsing, and I feel like that's totally a Graham move to do as a villager, to say he's a role, whether or not he's telling the truth. I don't know. I don't see a reason why. Okay, I think he was lying, but that's still besides the point. I still think that's something that he does as a villager. So I think my biggest suspicions are Flick is my number one. Lucas is like my 3. I'm gonna skip 2 for now. I don't know. I'm still questioning a few other people that I'm not sure.
I'm not sus on Flick for not having reads. I'm sus on her for like diverting to like this outside stuff. It feels like a kind of an emotional fallback.
That's what I disagree.
I will point out, I literally was looking at my phone and didn't know why I'd been called. And then suddenly everyone's like talking to me and I felt like I'd missed something. So
Yeah.
like,
So Luciana was asking you, Flick.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was happening, and suddenly I'm on a nominating block and it's very confusing. So
right.
No, I just
done
asked
that before.
I just wanted to know your thoughts. I didn't nominate you. I just wanted to hear from you, since you've been very quiet.
So Chris A, anyone wants to defend Chris A before we nominate him? Anyone thinks he could be good?
Before we do, after honestly, is because Chris, I feel like plays the same way either way. So like, is there someone who has better reads on someone else that is more of a sure thing that you guys would rather go for?
Jerry, how do you feel about Davy and Chris T?
Chris T, I don't know. Davy, I'm not sure, because Simon, Davy called out Sonia. Sorry, not Sonia. So Davy called out Victoria, and she was a werewolf. So I'm just going through notes, seeing where people are. Flick said Davy as well. I don't know. I think I was a bit question mark with Davy, but the fact that Victoria, he had sus on Victoria, and then Victoria was good. So I mean, yeah, he's been quiet and he has been a werewolf, and he can be quite a good werewolf. So, but then Caitlin's also sus on Davy. So
Jerry, just so we're clear, you said Victoria was good, but Victoria was a werewolf.
no, Davy, you called her out as on your sus list, and she was a werewolf. So
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
I was
But-
just maybe I misheard you.
yeah. But then it's like you've also said that your sus is familiar with Victoria, Simon, Manny, and Graham. Victoria is a werewolf. Simon was a villager. I actually think Manny. I'm sus on Manny. I've got lots of sus on Manny. Graham, I'm not so sure about. I need to hear him talk a bit more. So I don't know if you get nominated, I'll probably vote down on you.
Chris, I have a question for you. Chris, the werewolf killer, to clarify.
Yes.
Are you a werewolf?
Nope. I think you know that already, don't you?
I'm not a werewolf, but you also haven't called me out day one as a werewolf, which makes me suspicious of you being a werewolf.
I don't want to lose points for calling out the wrong people.
Luciana,
But you
how
did
do
nominate me, seconded me quite quickly yesterday, which is
100%.
an odd maneuver
Oh, that's
for
fine.
a villager. I mean, it was awfully fast. Plus, we're never on the same team.
Luciana, how do you feel about?
I'm gonna need a second nomination. Sorry, Jesse, to cut you off here, but I do need a second nomination. We've only
I'll
have one.
nominate Davey.
Okay, Lucas nominates Davy,
I'll second.
and Luciana seconds Davy. This is the second vote of the day. Davy, this is your defense.
Yeah, the village shouldn't kill me. I seconded, who did I second? Simons, I think, on that first nomination, and then I voted up because I realized that I had forgotten about the rabbit wolf, and I didn't want to be turned into a wolf. But then I was still suspect of Simon, and he turned out to be a villager, so I was wrong there. Victoria, I was suspect at the beginning, and I changed my mind as she turned out to be a werewolf, so that doesn't really help my case either, but I just wanted to say that since Jerry had brought it up. I see Josh rolling his eyes. I am a villager, and you'll find out if you kill me, but I'm telling you right now, Flick for sure is a werewolf. I think Chris T and Graham are also werewolves. And again, the village shouldn't kill me.
All right, this is the second vote of the day. This is for Davy. I'm gonna vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. That is only 7 votes up and 8 votes down, so that is enough to kill. So Davy, you are dead, and Davy was a villager. Everyone go to sleep. All right, let's start off with the werewolf sympathizer. Please write down a roll or go back to sleep if you don't want to have anyone sympathize. All right, thank you. Back to sleep. Bodyguard, please wake up. Who would you like to protect? Remember, you cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. All right, thank you. Go to sleep. Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde, please wake up. Please write down a name if you want to research, or write down potion if you want to drink the potion. All right, thank you. Let's go to sleep. Van Helsing, please wake up. If you want to kill, just give me a name. If you don't, go back to sleep. All right, thank you. Go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? werewolves. I need a consensus on a name. Okay, thank you. Go to sleep. All right, Lazy Seer, please wake up. I will give you the information on the person from the previous night. And then you can write down a name for the next night. All right, thank you. Back to sleep. And everybody can wake up. There was a death last night. Flick, you are dead. And Flick was a werewolf.
That's it?
Oh, that's it?
Okay. I'm
I
pretty
got
sure
her.
they're targeting Mr. Hyde. Then
Yeah. So
has to be.
question, as it was described, does Hyde have a limited number of uses, or can they just come out
Free.
and
No, free.
Okay.
I want to say, first of all, to Davey, while he's in the dead chat, I was not rolling my eyes at you. My cat jumped up, and then you looked away as I was pointing at him. He was being mischievous. And second of all, Lucas, why did you go to sleep before it was announced whether Davey was a villager or a werewolf? You already had your head down, eyes covered, and all that. Only a
Because we
werewolf would
killed
know.
him.
But only a werewolf would know and not be interested to actually find out the results.
Didn't
of the
cover his ears.
Yeah, I still wrote it down. So
still.
I am sus of Lucas, but not because of that.
So, I mean, we have to hope that they've been targeting Hyde, because worst case scenario, we have 3 people turned, and this
No,
game could
I don't
end
think
here
so.
soon.
That would be crazy.
So clearly, we
I wouldn't
made
put
some
it past
mistakes
Connor,
yesterday.
But now that Davey is dead, I disagreed with his Graham sus. That's why I voted down on Davey. But I agree with his Chris, the werewolf killer sus.
So you are a werewolf, is that what you're saying?
Lucas, were you suspicious of Flick?
Who?
Flick.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. After we voted, after Village voted up, I said she's a werewolf. We should kill her.
I
But
got
yeah.
her last night, eh? Way to go. Lots of points.
Good job,
for the-
Graham.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jesse, did you want to ask me something before we went to sleep?
But I might be barking up the wrong tree. I just didn't like how Lucas wanted to go for Chris A, because I think that's a bad idea at this point when Flick was there. But then Davey, but
No.
I actually believed Davey in his defense, and I voted up. But
I wanted to go after Flick, but
Maybe
Graham
leave.
said I should.
Graham said he
Oh, I
was
didn't hear
gonna
that
shoot
part.
her. So.
Okay, yeah.
Is anybody saying that was the wrong play? To
No. I'm just
No,
defending
I-
myself, Graham, because
Well, it was
Jesse has sus on me because didn't go after Flick, and you usually do.
Right.
You also interrupted Jesse. I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious Jesse was going to try to say something, and then you nominated Davey.
Because Connor said we should nominate someone.
Well, but Connor even apologized to Jesse for interrupting him, just like how I'm interrupting him
Gosh,
right
I'm not
now.
worried about it.
Jesse, but at this point he was already interrupted, so he couldn't get back to what he wanted to
Yeah,
say.
it
So I
was-
think it
it
made
was a
sense.
done thing, yeah.
I mean, so Lucas, do you want to come out as Hyde?
No. I wouldn't have drunk potions because I was like,
Well,
they
so I
won't
mean-
target me.
I think it's a good time for me to come out. We've
Oh.
got, we got 4 nights of
Yes.
information. Okay, so I found 2 people. I'm not going to say the first one because that's going to be really bad for the village. Graham is a lichen. If you've checked him and found a werewolf, he is a lichen, so don't bother checking him here. Don't bother protecting me the next couple of nights, bodyguard, because I'm going to use potions. But obviously,
Oh,
I can't
you
then
are?
find other people. Yeah, me. So I
No,
can't.
but that's worrying because then they didn't target you.
Yeah, they haven't been
We have a
targeted.
really good bodyguard.
Yeah. So I'm going to use potions.
They
for
might
next-
have targeted Jerry because they might have had a read on her with a roll.
No, but she didn't
You got
drink.
the potions.
I
Oh,
haven't-
you
I haven't used-
didn't.
I haven't used
Okay.
any of my potions. So so it's a case of I can use my potions next couple of nights, but obviously I can't find any more information, or I can get 1 night tonight.
No.
and
Now that you came out, you should drink potions. Yeah.
get
sure.
potion. Okay. So obviously I'm not gonna be able to find
I
anything.
see.
I was really hoping I'd find the one
So
on the wall.
that means a lot of people have turned.
Or
bodyguards.
bodyguard.
Or bodyguard's really good.
Pretty sure we have at least one turn. I don't think we have a 100% hit bodyguard. I mean, if you do, great job. You should get tons of points from Adam.
So I
Chris
think
T, who did you turn?
Nobody. Nobody at all.
What did you turn, Chris?
I didn't do it. I did not do
Caitlin?
it. I'm an innocent.
can we agree as a village that Jerry gets the first nom for the next 3 days?
Sure.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
don't forget that after Graham or me down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Caitlin, what do you want to?
I noticed that at the beginning of the game, a lot of people were suspicious of Manny and Sonia, but we haven't come back to that. And I was just curious. I think a lot of people got off Sonia, but I'm just not sure if people are still on Manny or not. And I just thought about that now with that.
I am.
I'd like to hear them. Yeah.
Luciana, how do you feel about Alex? Now I'm coming around to that train of thought.
he's still on my list.
I
I'm not
really like this
sure-
fast second on Flick.
I'm not sure how I feel about Luciana, to be honest.
But Flick is
I
a
don't know.
very easy read, and he knows that. So
I can clear that up because I can come out. I'm the lazy seer.
You're the seer again.
I have some information. I don't have a lot of great information right now, but hopefully we still have a bodyguard in this game. So Lucas is good. Checked him first, got no. I checked Victoria
Great,
and
I'm
got
there.
no, which means that she's the Wolfman.
That's
Nice.
good to know.
And I won't say who else I've checked, but keep me around and we'll find out.
You only made me a target, thanks.
And you would agree that it's possible that Lucas has turned, right, Alex?
It is possible that Lucas has turned at this point.
Alex,
You said-
if
What
we're
is
breaking
Alex
up around
claiming?
tree, you should help us.
Victoria.
All
I
right,
have a
what's
question
that?
for Connor.
What are you claiming, Alex? Lazy seer?
Lucas went first and then Victoria, Alex?
Correct.
I don't want to remove the possibility that Davy was the lazy seer, saw me as a wolf, and that's why he was coming after me so much. And Alex figured that out and claimed it afterwards. Just a
I'm
possibility.
not that good. But I think we should go after my top list is Chris A, Sonia, and Manny at this point.
I have a question for Connor. Connor, to clarify with the lazy seer, you will give them the information based on the night that they asked, right?
Then
So, like-
the previous night.
Okay, so if they turn that, okay, I do just also want to keep that in mind as well. Thank you.
What if Graham might be right and would also well, wait. Never mind. Do you think Alex also said what he said just now about Victoria based on what Davey said about Victoria? It goes along with what you just said, Graham, about how he thought she was bad and then he changed, or he thought she was bad and then changed to good, and then he's also
Maybe, but I don't want to like spend
Yeah,
time on
that's
conspiracy
stupid.
theories. Just if Alex somehow makes it late into the game and we're wondering why is the seer still around, then keep that in mind is my
Chris, you seem like to have a reaction to that, Chris T.
Yeah, I really kind of felt like Davey was the seer because he said Flick is definitely a werewolf, and then he had his suspicions like he wasn't sure about me or Graham. And I just felt like because he said she was definitely a werewolf and she ended up being one, that he was a seer of some sort. And I
Four
don't.
checks. He only had 2.
Well, don't kill
Right.
me off of some
Right.
semantical thing that Davey said. Let the werewolves kill me. So
Right.
Definitely
That'd be
didn't
a
say
minus
we
a million
were.
points for me if I did
I don't
that.
think we should kill anyone today who came out. we still
No.
have enough sus on other people.
That's fine.
shouldn't
We
take
can
it-
kill Caitlin.
Why would
We
we
should-
ever kill
we-
any of those?
We shouldn't
No,
take it
because
face value.
some people
Got
don't
you now.
believe. Some
We
people
shouldn't-
don't believe them.
We shouldn't take at face value that the wolfman is dead. Like that, we shouldn't
Hmm.
just take it at face value.
well, if I die and I'm a villager, then you can take that at face value.
I mean, Chris,
No,
it wouldn't matter
not
if the
necessarily,
Wolfman's dead or not. The only person it would be relevant to is the seer, and in this
And the
case,
seer would
either
counterclaim
or
Alex
someone
now,
else.
yeah.
The question for Connor: could when the curse is turned and they're still killed by the Van Helsing, they would be announced as a werewolf, correct?
If the curse had already turned and is a werewolf,
Like
then
on the same night, if the werewolves turn the curse,
Van Helsing,
Van
goes
Helsing-
before, Van Helsing goes before the werewolf, so that situation couldn't happen.
okay.
And I am going to need our first nomination of this day.
I'll nominate Sonia.
Okay, Lucas nominates Sonia, and Alex seconds Sonia. Sonia, this is your defense. This is the first of the day. You, everybody.
So I am a villager. I'm the wolf sympathizer. That's my role.
Can we ask questions?
No questions. All right, this is the first vote of the day. This is for Sonia. We have 13 of you here. I'm gonna vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. That is 6 votes up, 7 votes down. That is enough to kill. So Sonia, you are dead, and Sonia was a werewolf. But do not go to sleep because I might need to be messaging some people. So just hang tight for a second. All right, everyone check your messages and everyone can go to sleep. All right, let's start off with the werewolf sympathizer. Please wake up. Give me a name of a role you would like to make sympathize or go to sleep. All right, thank you. Go to sleep. Bodyguard, please wake up. Who would you like to protect? Remember, you cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. All right, thank you. Bodyguard, please go to sleep. Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde, please wake up. If you want to research somebody, please write down a name. If you want to drink a potion, just write down potion. All right, thank you. Please go to sleep. Van Helsing, please wake up. If you would like to kill somebody, give me a name. If not, go to sleep. All right, thank you. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? All right, thank you. Please go to sleep. Lazy Seer, please wake up. I'm going to give you information on the perfect person from the previous night. If you can give me a name. All right, thank you. Please go to sleep. And everybody can wake up. And Manny, you were dead, and Manny was a werewolf. And Josh, you were dead. Josh was a villager.
So we have a great Van Helsing.
Yeah,
3
Van
werewolf
Helsing,
kills.
#1.
So, Lucas and Alex, can you explain why when you were 2 confirmed villagers, you were willing to risk being turned by a rabid wolf?
I wasn't. I voted up.
Right, but
I
why
voted
do you
up as
keep
well.
nominating? You've nominated every single day.
I want to know why so many people voted down
Because
for
I
the
always
Rabbit
nominate.
Wolf play. I think Lucas like 99.9% turned.
Why?
Why?
One of you did.
Because I think one of us did, and I didn't get a message. So
But
I
it-
think I
why do
don't
we
think
think
she was a
Sonia-
werewolf sympathizer. It doesn't make any sense. And
Well,
by
she
the way,
wasn't because she would have been
Luciana's
announced
good.
as a villager.
Luciana's good.
We can ask the
I mean-
moderator. He said that the seer would see them as villager, but he didn't specify what team would be
You did
announced when they
say
died.
that, right, Connor? Did you say they would be announced as a villager when they die, or did you not?
What?
The sympathizer.
Sympathizer, would they
Moral
be announced?
sympathizer, if they died, would be announced as villager.
Okay, great.
So Chris A and Lucas are top of my list.
I just want to say,
Caitlin and Lucas.
starting from now, Alex and me need to nominate in second. Probably most.
Jerry, I think Jerry has to nominate. Right?
Yeah,
You said Jerry
Yeah,
first.
sorry.
Yeah.
So for if you want to kill someone,
Well,
if you want to kill
please
someone, we
listen
should
to
let
us.
Jerry nominate.
Well, don't wait until the third nomination, please.
No. But I'm just
No,
saying, you know,
I'm-
because we are now like candidates that one of us turned, and we need to keep nominating because we cannot risk anyone else doing this. And
I think-
secondly, take everything Alex says from now on with a grain of salt because he could have turned.
That's super.
I mean, I guess, but I didn't.
Lucas, you think he could have turned?
But
Yeah, I don't know if he turned. We
Why
don't know
do
if
you-
Sonya was the rabbit
Yeah,
wolf.
Sonya
but the
might not have been
werewolves
the
should
rabbit
definitely
wolf.
keep me around so that they can keep playing.
She's the
this game.
first wolf we voted out.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean,
I
just
can't
going
know
by
if he
Connor
turned or
saying
not.
it's like-
Explain a scenario where she makes that play and she's not the rabbit wolf.
Right?
I mean,
I
technically,
mean, stranger
survive?
things have happened.
Yeah, to survive maybe.
yeah. The thing is, technically, the Van Helsing could have hit the rabbit wolf.
Right.
It's true too.
So Luciana, sorry, you want to say something?
Oh no, never mind.
So we've killed 4 wolves so far.
Whoever,
Van Helsing has killed 3 wolves.
I still have sus on Chris the werewolf killer.
I don't like that
Yes.
attitude.
Or maybe
No.
Kaylin. I don't know.
Thank you, Luciana. That's where I'm going.
Well, you're still on my list though. Higher than
I'm
Kaylin.
also fine with
Whoa, whoa,
Caitlyn
whoa, whoa.
because if Caitlyn turns out to be good, then Chris the werewolf killer is definitely bad.
But if I turn out to be good, it's the same then, right back.
Sure,
Bad.
sure. Yeah, sure.
Well,
Of
as
course
long
it
as you
is.
understand.
I'm not sure if
Make
it's.
that mistake, you kill her.
I'm not
Alex,
sure
do you
if
have
it,
anything to tell us? I'm sorry, Chris, that was rude.
I mentioned that I checked Luciana and she's good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chris, go
I'm
ahead.
not sure that they are on different teams or the same team just because of what went between those two.
No.
It seems like a
but-
meta thing, so I
No,
don't.
it's not, Chris. The thing is, so yeah, the thing between those two is a meta thing, but my sus is not a meta thing. It's just we're running out of people to suspect.
There's only 10 people left.
Yeah.
I want
Chris.
to kill Lucas today.
Jerry, do you want to
Let's
nominate
kill
someone?
Caitlin and find out.
Do we? Never mind.
So I'm super sus on Alex now.
I'm sus on you, Lucas.
You can be,
Be-
Jerry.
because of the whole like way Sonia played it, and obviously you two got, you did a nomination and seconding, but I don't know. I've sort of had you down as a question mark, and I was going to nominate Manny, but obviously he died last night, so that's a moot point. I can drink potions, so they can't take me again tonight. But yeah, if I was going to nominate, I'd probably nominate Lucas. But do we want to do it now, or do we want to do it later? That's my question.
I'd like to hear
We'll
from
talk
some
a little
people
bit
before we potentially kill.
If we still have
No,
the Van Helsing left, just let him kill Lucas.
Maybe we can hear from Chris A because he didn't say much.
Yeah, I'd rather go with
Yeah,
anyone
Jerry,
else.
you can nominate Chris A.
Not a good idea.
Don't listen to Lucas.
No.
Why?
Jerry,
I don't know.
you
I
could
don't know.
nominate
I don't
Chris
know.
A. Jerry, I'm 100% good. You could nominate.
Even if
Chris
I was
A.
a werewolf, Jesse,
Jerry,
why would I
nominate
say
Caitlyn.
tell her to nominate Chris A?
She's been here long enough.
We could
I
just
don't
hear
know
from
if he's
him
the
without
rabbit wolf or
nominating
not.
Suspicious
him.
of Jesse right now.
No, I'm not. But I
The
don't
only
know
reason
why
the
people
only
is
reason I
putting sus
have
on
to
me.
not kill Lucas right now is because it's giving the werewolves pause as to whether they want to play that charade of like keeping me around.
But
and
you
making me
you are
sus.
pushing way too hard, Alex.
There's only one person I trust in this
I mean,
village,
I'm
and
the
it's
lazy
Jerry,
seer, so
and
I
it's
don't know what you want.
terrible. Like I don't trust anybody. It's
We
terrible.
could let Chris A
You can
talk
trust
without
me, Jesse.
nominating him.
How is
No,
it
Jerry,
fair
Jerry
that-
has to nominate Chris A.
Mm.
Jerry has to nominate, otherwise
Yeah,
she will die.
she's
Well,
now
yeah.
high.
And we
so-
cannot let her do the kill nomination because then she could turn, and that's
Yeah. I
worst
mean-
case.
I just mean we could hear from people before nominating them.
Yeah, but Jerry has to nominate someone.
Jerry
Chris.
has to nominate, and then we
Well,
can talk. I'd
Nominate
rather
somebody
have-
random. Nominate Graham.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Nominate me, Jerry.
Nominate Graham then.
Don't do it random though. Oh my goodness.
I would have used
Jerry
it.
But-
nominates
Yeah.
Graham. Is there a second
Why
for that?
waste a nomination?
Anyone wants to waste a second? Alex and me
What?
shouldn't. We need to. It's just to make her safe,
Yeah,
Jesse.
it's just to make Jerry safe. There you
10
go.
seconds.
There you go. Werewolf
The
got him.
first nomination of the day. Graham, this is your defense.
Can we just vote?
I don't think there's any means by which I could have turned. So
All right, I'm gonna mute you all. There are 10 of you right now. Time. We're gonna vote in 3, 2, 1. Vote. That is 9 votes up, 1 vote down. That is
Okay,
not
so we got that out of the
first
window now.
nomination of the day.
Perfect.
Now we can could talk about the day.
I am. Does a rabbit wolf only active? Like what? Oh, because you want her to do the third one as well.
No, I don't want Jerry to do any more nominations. Just the first one, so she survives. If
I have a
if
question,
Mr. Hyde
sorry.
drinks a potion,
If she uses her
Mr.
potion,
Hyde has to have a successful nomination.
Okay. Oh, I see
Yep.
what you're saying.
Connor,
oh,
do
duh.
you decide who turns if we kill the rabbit wolf?
The rabbit wolf is killed. It's random between the two people.
Okay.
Who you
I
decide?
think if we kill Lucas and find out he's a wolf, then we don't have to worry about the rabbit wolf anymore. We can confirm. that
I'd
with
rather
Connor.
go with Alex.
I'm not
though.
a wolf,
Well,
Graham.
Why me?
If we
Why,
kill one
why
of them,
kill the seer?
and one of them's a villager,
I don't know. It's just I have
I'm
horrible.
happy to
Go
kill
the other
Chris
one.
A.
My
If
gut
you'd rather
feeling.
do that and let the werewolves
What?
kill me, that's fine. But
We can go with Chris
if I
A.
die, then kill Lucas.
Guys, we still need to find the other werewolf before we kill Alex or me.
yeah, maybe.
So
Wait, so
does
there's only one
anyone
left?
here believes that both Chris, the werewolf killer, and Caitlin are good? Just as a
Lucas,
question.
what other
No.
werewolf?
I'm pretty
We've had
sure there's
four-
one more
there's
after
four-
the
four
werewolf.
You
dead
only saw
wolves.
one other person when you woke up?
I'm not a werewolf, Graham. Yeah, I'm fine with
Thank you,
you
Graham.
nominating killing me because
Listen,
then you
he
will
has
lose points.
been-
No worries.
You can have your suspicions, but right now he's actually trying to find the other wolves. So I would
Hey.
rather go with anyone else.
Caitlin, how are you feeling about Jesse?
Jesse's been like my number 2, 3 the entire game. There's just a few times that he keeps turning the conversation. Like for example, when I brought up Sonia and Manny, right away he immediately threw out a different name during it. So I don't know, like I feel like he's been trying to help, but I'm not sure if it has been helpful.
He's on my list as well and very high. So I
My-
nominate without people being angry at me.
My first day raids were awful. They were terrible. So everything I thought was wrong, basically, because I
You
had
don't-
Jerry right from the beginning.
You don't know about Caitlin, Jess.
I don't. She's still a
But
maybe.
you tried to second Jerry though at the beginning. Yeah, well, never mind.
I
Villagers don't know anything,
Yeah, I
guys.
I know.
Early on, it's tough.
I mean, if Caitlin, did you really suspect? I don't remember. Did you call out Sonia and Manny in the beginning? I don't remember that. But if that's
It
true, that makes me
was
feel a little bit better
2
about you.
2, 3 days ago. I don't remember the days. I don't keep track of anything.
So,
Right.
so
I'm-
here's the thing with me. Like, I gave Chris A's name last night, so I'll get that tomorrow if I'm still around. So I don't necessarily want to kill him. I'm really sure he's a werewolf, and I'm expecting to get a thumbs up, but I don't necessarily. I'd rather kill Lucas, but I understand if the village is like they don't want to kill either one of us until something happens between us.
So
Yep,
the
we
thing
do.
is, if you kill me, you will never know if you have another rabbit wolf turning. Alex and me,
I mean,
we need to
I've
nominate the other
cleared you
werewolf.
as a villager, so if you're a wolf, then we know that the rabbit wolf turned you. Well, actually, no, you could have been accursed too.
Isn't it possible that we've killed 4 wolves and there's only one left?
You mean the one that was
Yeah, but
turned?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't
I
think
ju-
so
I don't
because we
know
have
why
a Van
we have
Helsing and
Why
we
do
have
we have
Dr.
so many nights with no kill
Jekyll
though?
and Mr. Hyde.
Like Jerry said, she wasn't drinking
Yep.
potions that whole time.
Agreed.
I'm third.
So some rock star bodyguard.
I feel
I
like the
don't-
bodyguard's gone. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
Chris.
Yes.
Go ahead, Chris.
I think I feel good about Caitlin. I can't read Chris the Werewolf Killer because I haven't played with him much. I think only one time before. But I do feel good about Caitlin. I don't know why. It's just a gut thing. I'm not sure about Jesse at all.
Well, I think we should test one of Caitlin or Chris.
I
Werewolf
vote.
killer.
We should
I
test.
vote Caitlin. Yes, Caitlin 100%. I mean, I'll nominate her if it makes you feel better about it.
No, only Alex and me should nominate.
We're not in any danger of losing here, even if we kill a villager, right?
No,
True.
You guys
we
get
shouldn't.
her.
We've killed a bunch. Well,
Unless we really had 2 turnings.
our Van Helsing has killed a bunch.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
Nice
get
work. Nice job, Graham.
Just
By which-
FYI,
oh, yeah.
Van Helsing, you shouldn't kill me. I know my name's starting to come up, but I am not a werewolf.
Hey, you only checked Graham, right? Or did you
You guys
check
gonna
someone?
nominate somebody or what? Come
Second-
on, let's
second
go, you
Jerry,
two.
nomination.
check Graham.
Second nomination,
You
please.
check Graham, Alex?
I have not.
Oh, Jerry did.
Jerry did.
And Jerry had a
Okay,
Mystic
sorry.
C. So I'll nominate Chris the Werewolf Killer.
Oh,
I'll
Lucas,
second it.
Chris the Werewolf Killer, and Alex seconds. This is the second nomination of the day. Chris, this is your defense.
since Lucas started that one, I'm going to say that he was the one that churned out of Alex and Lucas. But when you figure out who I am, which is a villager here, you can please kill Caitlin and then kill probably Lucas. And hopefully that will end the game. Although, who knows? I don't know how many are left, really.
All right, this is the second vote of the day. This is for Chris T. We're going to vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. That is 5 votes up, 5 votes down. That is not enough to kill. That is the second vote of the day. You have one more.
I feel like Chris is good, but I could be wrong. Are you good, Chris T?
You're
I feel
right,
like Chris
Jesse.
T is good.
Way to make a right move. All the rest of you
feel like
thumbs
he's
up.
good too, but I
Just
want to
that
get the
I'm
info.
more suspicious of Jesse than I am of Chris.
I'm more I feel like I want to believe Chris and that Caitlin is, well, again, if she picked Sonia and Manny early. Do other people remember that?
What
No.
did I say?
Her throwing suspicion on Sonia and Manny earlier?
I remember her super fast seconding me, which is super werewolfy Caitlin move.
That's just
That's just
Well,
normal Caitlin.
the reason why I decided for Chris is because David called out Chris.
I'll nominate Caitlin.
Wait,
Our second.
wait.
Okay, Alex nominates.
They're bad together. They're both bad.
This is the third vote of the day, so no matter what, you will all be going to sleep. Caitlin, this is your defense.
I am a villager. I think you guys made a good point, though. Like at this point, like I don't want you guys to kill me because I feel like I've been kind of sort of helpful for this village. But at the same time, no, I feel like killing a villager at this point isn't terrible. How many werewolves we killed, but I am a villager. I think Chris is bad, but I also am more leaning towards Jesse. But I did agree with Chris though. That I think Lucas is the one that turned. If someone did turn this game, but I think you should keep me alive and we should kill Lucas. If Lucas, that's what I think. Keep me alive, please, and kill Lucas instead.
Okay, this is the third vote of the day. This is for Caitlin. We'll vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. That is 5 votes up, 5 votes down. That is not enough to kill. So we are going to sleep. Everybody close your eyes. All right, let's start off with the werewolf sympathizer. Please wake up. Please give me a name of a role you would like to make sympathize, or you can go to sleep. All right, thank you. Please go to sleep. Bodyguard, please wake up. Who would you like to protect? Remember, you cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. All right, thank you. Bodyguard, please get asleep. Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde, please wake up. Please give me a name if you want to research somebody, or write down potion if you want to use a potion. All right, thank you. Go to sleep. Van Helsing, please wake up. Give me a name if you would like to kill somebody, or you can go back to sleep. All right, thank you. Please go back to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? All right, thank you. Please go to sleep. Lazy Seer, please wake up. I'm going to give you information on the person from the previous night. If you could give me a name of somebody you'd like to check for tomorrow. All right, thank you. Please go back to sleep. And everybody can wake up. So Alex, you were dead, and Alex was a villager. And Jesse, you were dead. Jesse was a villager. But wait, Jesse, you were the telepath, so you must pick somebody right now. They will send their role to somebody else. So everyone's please stay muted so Jesse can just pick somebody.
Oh man. Caitlin.
Okay, Caitlin, you must send your role to somebody else, and Jesse's dead. And Caitlin, you do have to announce to everyone who you're sending the role to, and then just send it to them in Messenger.
I get to Graham.
Why not me, Jesse? Now they will kill me. Great.
Caitlin is the bodyguard.
Oh,
Why would you
man.
come out with that?
Caitlin
it's
is not the
actually-
bod. Caitlin is not the bodyguard.
Is a werewolf.
Yeah. Sorry, Caitlin. I already checked the bodyguard. You're lying.
I mean, I didn't
Henry,
send him, but I was
just make
about-
sure you don't forget to nominate.
Yeah. Well, it just depends on when you want me to nominate her.
Maybe Chris A, because he still hasn't really said
Graham was
anything.
clearly lying too.
Yeah.
Question that.
I said yesterday, Chris, and people didn't like it.
I just
Jerry
want to
just
hear him
nominated
talk.
Chris A.
Chris, I'm sorry. Chris R, not Chris T.
Yeah, you
I'm
should be
sorry, Chris T.
apologizing to me.
Chris R.
We're really working for this final three all Chris's, huh?
Yes, let's do it.
Uh,
We got to take out Graham and Caitlin.
So, Jared, but you could nominate Chris A.
nominate
It wouldn't
yourself
hurt
as a
to,
rabid wolf in the
nominate
game.
him.
Sorry, Connor?
Oh, good idea.
Caitlin asked if she could nominate herself. I don't allow that when Rabid Wolf is in a game.
All right, who wants to nominate me, guys?
Well,
Jerry,
Jerry,
just
nominate
nominate
someone else,
Chris A.
please.
No,
Chris-
we know she's not the rabid wolf though, because she has to send her whole role. So I just got werewolf,
Okay.
not rabid wolf. So
Why'd you say
I'll
bodyguard?
nominate Caitlin.
No,
Wait,
Jerry has
wait,
to
wait,
nominate
I-
someone.
Can
Jerry,
we have-
Graham, you're going to kill.
I will second.
Jerry, can you please nominate someone before someone else does and you die?
I nominate Chris A.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Jerry
Second.
nominates Chris A, and I saw Chris R second it. This is the first nomination of the day. Chris A, this is your defense.
I am the Van Helsing. So, I mean, I can vote down and everyone else votes up, and that'll, because my vote won't count because I killed a villager because Jesse was a villager. So that can confirm me.
All right, it is time to vote. There are 8 of you left. We're voting for Chris A. It's the first of the day. In 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 6 votes up and 1 vote down. That is not enough to kill. That was the
I
first.
nominate Caitlin.
Lucas nominates Caitlin and Graham seconds. This is the second vote of the day. Caitlin, this is your defense.
I was waiting to see if you're gonna mute us. I actually lied to Graham about the role I sent him. I'm actually not a werewolf, and I'm a villager. I don't think you should kill me because I think if you kill me, you're gonna lose the game. So I actually lied to Graham.
Mute
Take
everyone.
it
I
as-
just forgot to do it right away. Go ahead, Caitlin, unmute yourself.
So that's my defense is I lied to Graham, and I apologize, Chris R, for lying to you earlier and saying I was a werewolf. I'm a villager.
All right, this is the second vote of the day. This is for Caitlin. We're going to vote in 3, 2, 1, vote.
Disappointing, guys.
There are 6 votes down, 1 vote up. That is enough to kill. Caitlin, you are dead, and Caitlin was the last werewolf. So that is it.
Told you I'm not the werewolf.
Well played, Chris and Harry.
Hey, well done.
Yeah, Chris A,
Sorry,
I'm
Jesse.
pretty sure you're top now. On the
Yeah,
rankings.
Chris A.
Yeah.
Why did
I'm gonna go through this all. So this worked out really nicely, even though Village like was cleaning house. There was some major chaos happening there at the end, which I love seeing. But all right. So at the beginning, we had Josh was the bodyguard. He successfully protected Jerry on the second night, and then successfully protected himself on the third night. So there were 2 nights of the bodyguard protecting. Alex was the lazy seer. He got Lucas. Then he got Victoria, which was awesome because the night Victoria died, he got a no, and she died as a werewolf, so he knew that was the wolf man. But then he was sympathized that same night, so he actually, nobody asked him that, but there should have been 3 names. It was the 4th night, but he was sympathized the one night. Then we had Chris A, the new werewolf killer. I think that title should be relinquished over. He got Victoria the first time, which she was the wolf man. Then he got Flick, who you guys told him to get. Then he got Manny, who was the rabbit wolf, so you guys didn't have to deal with the rabbit wolf. And then he got Jesse, who was the telepath, which actually that won you guys the game, that move. So that was actually still a good kill. Then we had Jerry, who was Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde. She got Josh as the bodyguard, which she didn't tell you guys that he was the bodyguard. I don't think she wanted the werewolves to know the bodyguard was dead. She got Graham was the Lycan, so that definitely helped the seer not have to worry about Graham. The night or the day that she came out, and nobody brought this up, you guys were very lucky the previous day you guys killed the werewolf sympathizer, but the werewolf sympathizer could have wrote Dr. Jekyll. She couldn't use a potion, and then they could have killed her. So you still got to worry about that with the werewolf sympathizer in the game. You guys had just killed that person, so you don't have to worry about it. Jesse was a telepath, made a really good call in picking Caitlin. Even if he had picked Lucas, I still think Caitlin would have been a tough time then because Lucas would have been cleared. Lucas was the scorned, so that would have been really interesting if you killed Lucas because then there was no reveal the next day. Graham was a Lycan. Simon was also a Lycan. Never came into play. Luciana, Chris R, and Chris T were the only regular villagers in the game. And they all made it to the end. Davey was the werewolf sympathizer. He sympathized with Van Helsing the very first night, so Van Helsing did not get an option to kill. And then he sympathized the seer. That was 1 delay for Alex, and then he died, so he didn't get to sympathize anyone else, but he did sympathize each night that he could. Caitlin and Sonia were regular werewolves. Sonia made a really awesome move because she really made you guys think about the rabid wolf there, which was pretty awesome to see you guys arguing about that. Manny was the rabid wolf, so again, didn't come into play. He got shot. Victoria was the wolf man. She got shot. Flick was cursed villager, so she was the one who turned night 1. So there was only one curse in the entire game. It was Flick. They picked her, I think, because she was kind of onto them. She picked out a bunch of them, and then they turned her, and then she basically couldn't talk about them anymore, other than Davey, who she knew wasn't a wolf. She didn't know that he was the werewolf sympathizer. That was the only thing she didn't know. But that was it. It was very interesting to watch.
We
So
restart
Chris
the
A
last
is
day.
going to win the entire thing now. So
Yeah, Chris A, man.
So just for the record, Alex, even after you clear me, you still cannot read me.
It just made sense from what Sonia did. I'm sorry.
Ah,
Lucas, I told you I trusted you
It
that
didn't have
day.
anything to do with your tells. I wasn't like looking at your face like, I wonder if Lucas turned there. I'm like, well, I didn't get a message, so clearly it's him.
And kudos to Team Chris for all 3 of you guys making it to the end with a Chris voter on the list too.
Do we get points for that?
Yeah, right.